So it's the Streaming Post Carousel Slider add-on. And I think the name is pretty much self-explanatory. And before we demo it for you guys and show you guys how you can set it up, let's dive into some of the features and benefits of this here.
Yeah, so one of the great features with this add-on is that it is fully mobile friendly and touchscreen friendly. So on your computer, even maybe a tablet with a large screen, you'll have those directional arrows so you can scroll through more posts within that carousel slider for that specific post type on your homepage. But if you're on something like a smartphone with a much narrower screen, you can actually just swipe through that carousel slider with your finger. So it works really well on mobile devices as well as on normal computers. It is compatible with all of your post types that you might be streaming on your homepage. And what's really great is that you can actually enable or disable the carousel slider for each of these individual sections. So maybe for your blog articles, you want to have a grid of 8 articles. That way it takes up a little bit more real estate on your homepage, whereas maybe your classifieds or your coupons, you don't necessarily want to take up as much space as your blog articles. So for that individual post type, you can enable the slider to take up a little less space there. It does also respect all of the other settings that are available for the streaming sections on your homepage, because there are quite a few other settings that you can configure for these different sections here on the homepage. But overall, it really just simplifies the homepage by replacing what could be a large grid of streaming elements with just a simple one-row slider, and it creates a nice interactive experience for your visitors on your homepage. And again, it works really well on mobile devices.
Yeah, so let's take a look at where these settings are and how you can enable them on your site to update the way your homepage looks. And I'll just scroll down a bit. And what we're all used to is, streaming content. And if you're showing, let's say, 12 results and 3 on a row, it's going to show four rows. So you can see here it's showing member articles, 2 rows, and it's perfectly fine. It's always worked like this, and it works great still. Now let's enable this and see a side-by-side difference of what you can do with this add-on. All right, so now we're in the dashboard area. We want to head on over to the design settings. And of course, we're going to want to go to the homepage streaming section option. So we'll go to the homepage layout tab and the homepage section order here for the streaming content. Right now we're streaming coupons on the homepage and member articles. Actually, let's look at the coupons. There's one missing here simply because we don't have 6 coupons published on the website, so it looks a little empty here. But let's edit the settings here, and what we can do now is enable the carousel slider. And I'll set this to yes, and I'll save it. And I'll do the same thing for the member articles as well. Edit the settings, enable the slider. Great, and let's refresh the home page here. So if we scroll down, we now have these arrows here, and you can slide left. It's an infinite loop, so it'll just continue going through the available options you have, or you can slide right. And same thing with the member articles. If you remember, there were 2 rows of 8 articles. Now the 8 articles are in the slider here, which is it's a little more low profile, takes up a little less space. And again, it really just depends on what the aesthetic look you want on your website. Maybe you want to list everything out so it looks like you have a huge bank of content on your site, or you can go with this more low profile, slim look with the slider. Let's actually take a look at what it looks like on mobile view as well. Okay, so this is like a tablet view here. So it's still maintaining 3 and 4, as I've requested to show 4 in a row at a time at this and 3 in a row at this. You can also do 2 if you want. And when you select 2, the images will of course be bigger because they need to fill more space here. Let's get a little smaller here. Okay, great. So if we come down here, so on mobile, really there's no room for the arrows, but this is what everyone is used to, are these dots down here. And when you're on mobile, you can use your finger to slide left and swipe right and swipe left for these. So it does create a little nicer experience on mobile. Before on mobile, it would stack everything on top of each other. So for the member articles, we were showing 8. it would stack 8 articles, so the person would need to scroll down the page to view all the member articles on a mobile device. So just a little nicer and cleaner here for that view.